friends, Erin Chase here from $5 Dinners, and this is our Dinner Made Easy show, but we're making dessert tonight, so we're just going to rename DME to Dessert Made Easy instead of Dinner Made Easy. So we're going to get in the holiday spirit tonight. Thanksgiving is 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is a little bit insane, and I'm a little bit freaked out about. I'm so not ready for that, but I'm super excited. So we are going to welcome our live viewers. If you're catching the replay, slide it forward a little bit. We are making fudge pecan pie today. This is 100% my absolute favorite dessert ever in all time. And it was inspired by my dad. Pecan pie is his favorite. And one Thanksgiving, we decided to fudgeify it. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make fudge pecan pie. It's actually really simple to do. And I thought because it's so simple that we would spend a little bit of time talking about the pie crust and things like that. So I have preheated the oven. I have dinner in the slow cooker over here, and we are going to make fudge pecan pie. Hey Kim, hey girl, how are you? I saw your goal thing yesterday, and I'm super excited because mine just came in the mail, and I need to do mine tomorrow, maybe Friday. Anyways, but you totally inspired me to get that going for next year. So fudge pecan pie, hit like, heart, or haha if you're ready to make this. Have you ever made fudge pecan pie? I know, fudgeify, it's totally a word. We're going to make this pretty. I want to show you how somebody who is so not creative, that's me, super not creative. I tried to make a Lego cake one time, and it was a total train wreck. I can cook dinner all day long, and I love to bake, and I love to make desserts, but when it comes to creativity, this is one where actually somebody like me can pull that off. So essentially what we're going to do, I'll just give you the short version. If you want to stick around and watch the whole thing, you can. Basically, we're just going to make a homemade pecan pie, and we're going to fudgeify it, my new favorite word, by adding mini chocolate chips. Now, you can try this with regular chocolate chips. It's too much chocolate. I know that's something I never thought I would ever say, but it's really too much chocolate if you use regular size chocolate chips. And so I'm going to recommend that you use the minis. And I'm sorry that's shiny. I have this new light to make it nice and bright in here because, one, the time just changed, and it's darkish, and it's raining today. And cold here in San Antonio, which is like a shocker for November. Usually doesn't happen until December or January. So to start out, let me flip the camera here for you. We are going to do this guy. 350. The oven is set up. I still need to find my my pie crust guard shield. I don't know where it is. I'm also totally cheating by using the store-bought pie crust. If you want to make your own, make your own. Here's my question for you. For those of you that do make your own pie crust, I'm going to have to repair this guy. We had a little accident over here. Butter or Crisco? Tell me. Butter or Crisco? When you make your own pie crust. I'm cheating because I happen to have this in my fridge from something else I made about a week ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. So I want you to tell me. So what we're going to do is we're just going to roll this in. And I'm going to repair this edge over here real quick. And I'm just going to run my fingers around the edge like this. We're going to do this later. I'm going to show you how really simple it is to make this pretty. You just kind of press it around like this. Okay, this is for the non-creative people. You can totally do this because I'm super not creative. I have, however, worked with a lot of pie crusts. So we're just going to make this go all the way around. You want it to just come up to the edge. Push it down into the middle if you need to push it down into the middle and just kind of smooth it out. I think I repaired that guy okay right there. All right, pie crust. If you're making homemade, butter or Crisco. Kim says super cold butter. You definitely want it to be cold. You want the butter to be cold when you're cutting it into the flour combo, right? That's super crucial. If you're going to make your own pie crust, you have to put the butter in the freezer, kind of cold, right? Butter or Crisco, that's what I want to know. All right, we're just going around. You can see how this is kind of coming up. This part's a little bit not quite to the edge here. All right, I'm going to go around this one more time, and then we're going to mix up. Here's where the magic is going to happen. This is where we fudgeify, okay? So we want this to go all the way around. I know. Who wants to watch Erin make pie crust? Butter or Crisco? We only have a couple butter fans. Nobody's done it with Crisco? I mean, it's usually you're in one camp or the other. And maybe you've never made a homemade pie crust. But again, I'm cheating because I had this. All right. So it's pretty smooth. It's not perfect. So what we're going to do, you can do this before or after you load it up. You just go like this all the way around. I'm not going to do it right now all the way around. But this is it. It's all you have to do to make it pretty. And then I just kind of like make sure it stays because you don't want this to fall over the edge and get burned. So you kind of have to press it back in so that it's right along the edge of the dish. Does that make sense? Ooh, Kim, I like that, to grate it with the cheese grater. That's a good call. So you just want to make sure that as you press the fork in, that anything that comes over this side, you don't want that to burn. So you just line it right back up with the edge. I said that already, didn't I? All right, so I'm just going to do this quasi right now. All right, so we're going to go around all the way. I'll finish that later. All right, so that's like super pretty, right? All right, we have like team grated frozen butter over here. All right, next, we're going to add, you don't want to add too many. All right, we got Stephanie in Team Crisco camp. All right, you want to do a single layer, okay? These are mini chocolate chips. Do not, I repeat, do not use big ones. You want to use mini. And you want to get them into like as single of a layer as you can. This is the Fudgeify. Can somebody hashtag that, please? Hashtag Fudgeify. All right. Oops, I got some in the bowl. You want just a single layer because we have a whole lot of pecan goodness that's got to come into this too, right? So we're just going to do this. And here's what's going to happen. This like magical chemical thing happens as the eggs and the sugars and the vanilla, and if you're adding molasses, which I'm not going to today, and the pecans, they all like form this magical layer of fudge on the bottom, and then the pecans float to the top. Thank you, Kim. So this is about ready. I do need to finish doing this. I will probably just do that after we're finished for the sake of time so that you all don't have to sit here and watch me do that. But I will show you at the end how pretty this is going to be. All right, next. Tracking with me? We got the crust ready and we got the mini chocolate chips in a single layer on the bottom in a way that is going to fudgeify. So next, we're going to do, in this bowl, a cup of sugar. Remember, this is holiday desserts. We just go straight for the sugar. For those of you low-carb people, go all in on the sugar. It's one day a year. I mean, I'm just teasing. If you really shouldn't eat too much sugar, don't do that. Don't go into a diabetic shop, please. But and then 3/4 cups of brown sugar. But if you're on a low carb and you need a cheat day, this is your cheat day. Thanksgiving Day is your cheat day. We can get back on track on Black Friday. You're going to be too busy shopping anyways. All right. You could add a little molasses here, but I'm just going to go to the vanilla. I do have the recipe linked here on the video. A teaspoon of vanilla. Molasses will deepen that flavor just a little bit. Oh my gosh, I haven't melted the butter yet. Ah! I got to melt the butter. All right. I'll flip it back in a second. I'm over here. I'm still here. If you're just joining us, we're making fudge pecan pie, and I needed to melt the butter. I thought I had already started that, and I didn't. We're going to melt a stick of butter, and that's going to go in here with the sugar and the eggs. I'm also going to add a smidge of salt, and by smidge I mean teaspoon. So let me do that now. All right. Let's see here. Let's mix up these dry ingredients while we wait for that butter and the vanilla. We'll wait for that butter to melt. I'm going to do the butter and then the eggs. And then let's talk about the pecans real quick while we wait for that. So with the pecans, I like to do two things. I either like to do all chopped pecans, where they're like this, right? They're kind of chopped up already. Or half and half, of the pecan halves and the chopped. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like half and half, and then I'm going to do a decorative topping. It's going to be super cool. This will take a couple minutes to pull together, but I think it's a nice touch, especially for a holiday dessert. All right, this butter is almost ready. It will be ready in a second. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make this, we have this, you know what, while we're waiting, I'll finish doing this. So we're going to do this like decorative edging, which really is not all that decorative edging. And I like to do, I have this little pie shield guard that goes just around the edge to keep this from burning. Especially a thin, when you're pressing in like this, you get this really thin section like right in here, and you don't want that to burn. So I have the guard, the shield. I can't find it though. I need to look for it in a minute. Again, we're just making this decorative crust while we wait for the butter to melt. All right. If you want to do... okay, this is hot, watch out. If you want to do like an egg wash on there, you could do that as well. I just prefer to use my guard. I'm swirling the butter to try and get it to finish melting. All right, so this guy is now ready for us. Butter. Butter makes everything better. So this is how we fudgeify this. These mini chocolate chips are gonna melt and hang out with this eggy, sweet, buttery mixture that we're pulling together here. They're gonna all hang out inside the baking dish, and we're gonna end up with this like magical layer of fudge underneath of the layer of pecans, right? So like pecan has that soft, gooey layer. Well, basically what's gonna happen is these mini chocolate chips are gonna melt into these that gooey layer, and you'll end up with this like, it's just magical, you guys. Seriously, this is my favorite dessert for sure. Roberta, girl, you're in the right place. You came at the right place at the right time. All right. If you wanted to do this like in a stand mixer, you could, but I'm just doing it here for the sake of this video. Put a little elbow grease into this. If you want to put some chocolate chips into here, I think you could, but you don't want it to fill up too much. And we're going to add the pecans in here now. So I'm going to do about 2 cups worth. I have this one bag that's like almost finished. And then we'll pour it in and then add our little decorative layer on the top with these pecan halves. So that's my plan here. So bear with me for a second while I get this measured out. Okay, I'm going to do all chopped pecans in here. You could do like a combo of chopped in halves that are going in, but I'm going to do it like this. Amazing, right? Can't you just like, did you like picture yourself eating this on Thanksgiving? Like after you've had this amazing turkey and stuffing and potatoes and green beans. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is this. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space. I'll probably use most of this. I'm going to leave a little bit of space for, making a mess here, for this last part. All right. You guys tracking with me? You're good? Sorry, I turned away from the comment section real quick. Let me just make sure. Virginia, I'm so glad. Thanks for sharing. Okay, you guys are good. If you have any questions, holler. All right, so recap. If you're just joining us, this is fudge pecan pie. We did a nice, easy, like fork edging to the pie crust. And then we have, I'm gonna go with you on that one. There, Sherry, eating it for dinner, 100%. You want to know the best time to eat this pie? I'm gonna switch this real fast. You guys, all right, really fast. You want to know the best time to eat this pie? I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not after Thanksgiving. It's for breakfast on Friday after Thanksgiving. Not that I've done that or anything. Not that I've done that. I'm just saying, fudge pecan pie, I mean, nuts are protein. Breakfast, protein for breakfast. I mean, we can justify that all day long. I'm just teasing you guys, but no, really, I'm not. It makes for a great breakfast. It really does. All right. So, here's the final piece. And this is why I didn't pour all of the, I had a tiny bit of that sort of egg and sugar batter left, and this is why. Here's where it gets fun. Bear with me. We'll be doing this for a couple minutes as we go around. Rosemary, Jonathan, you tell her. You tell her I gave her permission, dude. Say, Erin said you can eat this for breakfast after Thanksgiving. So you got to make it and have it for breakfast. All right, this is where the type A in me is coming out. And this is going to be pretty. It's going to be so pretty. This is where you get your kids to come and help you line up the pecans for you. So these are just pecan halves, and this is why I didn't use all. There was a tiny bit left in that bowl. Hey, Patty. No, Cecilia, girl, I'm telling you, it's all about the breakfast. Seriously. Like, you can get away with it certain days of the year, right? Like, we can't eat fudge pecan pie for breakfast every day, but we can after Thanksgiving. Am I right? You know I'm right. I'm giving you permission also. This is your opportunity to eat it without guilt for breakfast. Without guilt and having to run to the gym, right? Okay. So, uh-oh. Flipped. He got flipped. So this is what we're doing all the way around to the middle. Isn't this going to be pretty? See, even somebody like me, I told y'all, or if you've been here the whole time, I told you earlier. Lynn, you could just pour these in, or you could do like a half and half combo of the halves and the little chopped pieces. You can see the chopped ones are inside the pie. You could do like half and half. Virginia, I might I'm just going to give this to you as a hint. I might strategically recommend that you strategically hide a piece of this to eat for breakfast after Thanksgiving, Virginia. I'm just going to throw that out there for you. Strategically hide a piece. All right. So then we got to go one more in. We end up doing about 3 or 4 of these circles, and it just ends up being this like, okay, I'm not a crafty person. I'm not a creative person. Like, I'm all about making food taste delicious. Making it super pretty is, like, so not my jam. There are, like, food stylists out there. That's what they do. But this is easy, right? Raise your hand / hit heart or like or haha or whatever if you think you could pull off a pretty-looking pie like this. Like, I'm pulling it off here on Facebook Live, and I'm not creative or crafty. I think you could pull it off. Doesn't this look pretty? It's just gorgeous. It looks gorgeous on my computer over here, so I'm hoping it looks gorgeous on your computer or your phone. It's so easy. It just takes a couple of minutes, right? Girl, you and me both. It's all about hiding the treats. Keeping Mama happy, right? All right, so we're going to end up with one more little circle and maybe one right in the middle. We'll see. See, don't you think? You could totally do this. I love it. Love it, love it. All right. We might just end up being just like this. It's like a little star in the middle. Let me find one cute little guy to go right in the middle. You guys, it's beautiful. Isn't this just lovely? Ah! Don't you just want to like eat some of this right now? I'm glad that we get to eat some of this tonight. All right. Recap. Let us recap. For those of you who are just joining us, this is fudge pecan pie. I used a store-bought crust because I happen to have one in my fridge from another thing I did last week. You could do your own pie crust, use cold butter. We were just throwing out, a couple gals were throwing out about using like shaved frozen butter. Does really well in a pie crust. It just keeps it nice and it makes the crust work really nicely. Rose, that is a fantastic idea. So we have our pie crust. We did this easy, simple fork decorative edging. You want to make sure that you press it all up on this so that none of the edges burn. I am going to use my pie crust shield, which is just this little metal piece that goes around the edge to keep the edges from burning. So I'll find that and put that on before I put it in the oven. We're going to do a layer of mini chocolate chips right into the base of this pie crust. You can't see it. So we did that mini chocolate chip layer. I would not recommend using bigger chocolate chips. They're too big, as crazy as that sounds. They really are for this particular pie. Then we mixed up the pecan pie filling, which was a cup of sugar, 3/4 cups of brown sugar, 4 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, and then 2 cups of chopped pecans. You could also do a mixture of chopped pecans and regular pecans. And then I just did this little circular number with the pecan halves on top. You don't have to do the decorative part. You could just leave it like that as well. You could also egg wash the edging. You could egg wash the pecans. Rose suggested that here. Do a little a sparkling sugar sprinkle right on top. Sparkling sugar? That's not a thing. Sprinkle sugar on top. That big sugar if you want. You could even do I think a combo of brown sugar and cinnamon even would be a good sort of topping with an egg wash there. Yes, we have the recipe here on this video. So when the video is done here in a second, it'll live here on the $5 Dinners Facebook page. The recipe is linked onto this video. And we are going to bake this at 350 for 45 minutes. We're going to cover it. I'm going to put the pie crust on, or the shield on. I'm going to put a piece of foil over the top. I'm not going to wrap the foil. We'll just lay the foil on top. That'll keep those decorative pecans there from getting too darkened. We'll do that for 45 minutes at 350. Then I'll take the foil off and bake it for another 10 to 15 minutes until it's set right here in the middle. You want to be able to press on this guy right here and it'll bounce nicely so you'll know it's nice and cooked through. Let it cool for a little bit and then slice it. You'll see this lovely, I can show you, how about that? You'll see this lovely, I'm going to show you right now. Hang on, just sit tight. There you can see, right here, you can see the fudge layer. You see the fudge and how the pecans all float to the top? And then you have these nice, crispy, crunchy, full pecans on top. Doesn't that look, seriously, you guys, it's so good. I don't even know that I can wait an hour for this to be ready. So the recipe is here. You can see fudge pecan pie is here on the $5 Dinners blog. I have the link on the video as well. Let's see. And what else do I know? Let me know when you're making this. I want to know when you're planning. Hang on a second. I'm trying to switch it back. All right. Y'all are coming to my house for dessert. I don't know that we're going to have any left. Toppings for this. I think it would be amazing if you drizzled a little chocolate syrup, if you did just straight up ice cream. You could do whipped cream. I think there's there's plenty of sweetness in this little pie plate. But if you wanted to just really embellish it, you could totally go over the top and do that. So this is fudge pecan pie. This is how we make it. I'm going to go put this into the oven. Cecilia is making this on Monday. I want you to tell me how you enjoy it. Put this on your Thanksgiving plan. If you're hosting a feast, make this. If you're bringing if you're supposed to bring a side dish, okay. If your Aunt Sally told you to bring a side dish, bring this anyways. She won't mind, I promise. Bring this fudge pecan pie as a side dish. Really, it's a dessert. We can pretend that it's a side dish. And don't forget to save yourself a slice to have for breakfast on Friday after Thanksgiving. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow. I have some fun things tomorrow. Say bye. Bye. All right, guys. I'm really excited for Thanksgiving. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and we will see you soon.